Hello and welcome to Faithfully Stampin' with Jennifer Helm. I am Jennifer Helm, the Faithful Stamper, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Today I have for you a gift card wallet. This is a fun little version of a gift card holder. It can be used for any occasion. I'm going to show you how to create this masculine version and have several samples to show you, but I will also show you how you can make it a more feminine gift card holder. So it opens like your typical male billfold wallet. It has two pockets inside for inserts, like so. Plenty of room to write your message. And I'll share with you some other ideas for what you could use for fillers for those pockets. And then a small pocket for a gift card holder. This is very simple to put together and does not require a lot of supplies. And it's just a quick and easy, fun way to package up a gift card. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this. First thing you're going to need are two pieces of cardstock. I'm using Cajun Craze for my base. This piece is 4 inches by 10 inches and is scored down the middle of the long side at 5 inches. And then I also need a piece of cardstock that is 3 by 10, scored down the middle at 5 inches. And these two pieces are going to create the basis for our wallet gift card holder. So the first thing we're going to do is take our cardstock. I've got it pre-scored, so I'm going to flip to the side that has the little raised score line. I'm going to fold that so that's inside, and I like to make sure my edges match up nicely. Take my bone folder and just burnish the edge so I have a nice crisp crease. Then I'm actually going to fold the opposite way and crease it again, and then fold it back the original way one more time and crease it. And this way I'm getting nice crease lines and also making sure that the card is flexible enough it's going to fold the way I want it to fold once I have the whole thing put together. So just repeat the steps with the smaller panel with that little back and forth creasing. Now once those two pieces are creased, start with your 4-inch panel and open it up. So again, that raised score line is on the middle. I like to take the smaller piece, the 3-inch tall piece, open it, and I like to lay them down together before I get started with any glue. And then I'm going to take this top piece and flip it so that I know my tape is going to go on the long side at the top here since I flipped it over and along two of the sides. So I'm going to take tear and tape for this. You need a nice sturdy adhesive to keep this together. You don't want your gift card holder falling apart on your recipient. So I just use our tear and tape and put it along the bottom. You can put smaller pieces if you like. I like to use one long strip. And then I take my clear block and I put it up against the edge of my cardstock and I just pull back against it to give me a nice clean edge on my tape. I find this makes it easier when I am trying to remove the backing from my tape. Otherwise, I am prone to lifting the whole piece of tape off and sometimes tearing the cardstock. So doing it this way just helps me keep the project neater. Once I have my tear and tape on, I like to give it a really good burnishing with my fingers. I could also use my bone folder and take that and just really kind of give that a good press. And the reason I do that is to make sure this tape is going to stay put on this panel and not lift off. So once that's done, I'm going to bring over that base again. Have my take your pick tool with my little piercing tool end on, and I use this to help me lift off the backing on that tear and tape. You can see it comes off clearly, cleanly, and I'm not tearing the tape, I'm not ripping it up with my fingernails. It's just so quick and easy to do that. So here's the most important thing you need to know with this gift card holder. So flip it over so your tape is on the bottom, and make sure your tape is on the bottom. Sometimes I'm prone to gluing things on upside down. You want to match the score line here on the 3-inch piece with the score line on the 4-inch piece. And the more you line it up, the better it will be. So you want to try to get that as nicely lined up as possible. So I hold it at the top and line up. I don't want anything to stick before I'm ready. This is the trickiest part of the whole thing. And then once I've got that center lined on, I try to line up the bottom and the corners as best I can. And then I'm going to try to hold it in place. Sometimes it wants to bubble up a little bit. It's okay. And just give it another good crease. And there's your gift card wallet. Now, if your cardstock shifts and you have a little bit of overhang on the back, this one isn't too bad, but some of my samples I had that, all I would do is take a pair of scissors and trim off that small piece of extra cardstock there, if anything shifts. So just keep that in mind. Now, to decorate the front of the card, I'm going to take a piece of Designer Series paper. This is from the He's the Man suite in our current annual catalog. This piece is 3 3/4 of an inch tall by 4 3/4 of an inch wide. I'm going with the classic car theme. So I find when I'm assembling, it's easier to lay the wallet open so it's flat. I don't need tear and tape for this piece. I am simply going to use my Stamp and Seal Plus. This piece is going to get glued right on the front with a little border around it. Now, before I add the finishing touches, I'm going to go ahead and flip to the inside, and that way the card is going to lay as flat as possible for as much of the construction as I can. Now I'm going to put the gift card pocket on next. So I've got the larger pockets where my sentiment cards are going to go, but next I'm going to take a piece of cardstock that is 2 by 4.5 inches. This we're going to glue on the right hand side, and we're going to employ that same tear and tape method that I used for the larger pocket. So tape on 3 sides. You don't want anything that's too wide, simply because you need room for that gift card to fit in the pocket. So I would not go any wider than 1/4 inch long with my tape. You can use liquid glue, but it does need longer to set. So that is all we need for the tear and tape. Again, give that a good press. Make sure it's not going to peel off on you. And back to that little take your pick tool, and I can simply lift up my tape. Oops, it's making a liar out of me tonight. There we go. Like so. Now I'm going to pull my gift card wallet back over. I double check to make sure my tape is where I want it. And I'm going to simply put this down on the right hand side. You could put it on the left if you chose to, up to you. Leave a little border at the bottom and a little border on the sides. And there is the basic construction for our gift card wallet. Now I'm going to decorate the inside a little bit. On this card, I'm going to put a piece of Designer Series paper here on the left. This piece is 2 3/4 of an inch tall by 4 3/4 of an inch wide. And I simply decided to stick with all the manly prints from this wonderful paper pack, and this is actually the reverse side of those classic cars I'm putting on the front. So more adhesive here. You can decorate the inside of your gift card wallet as much or as little as you want. I will show you a good variety in the samples coming up in just a minute. So there's the panel on the left. I decided not to add anything else to that panel, but you could definitely embellish it more if you wanted. Now, rather than a piece of Designer Series paper here on the gift card packet or pocket, for this side, I actually am using one of the die cuts that comes in that packet of Designer Series paper. There you get 2 of each of a wide variety of die cuts. There are so many themes in this paper pack. There's camping, there's mustaches, grilling, the classic cars, even more. So you're going to see more of these coming up in some of the samples, but I thought, since we were going with classic cars, that this was the perfect thing to fit right here on this gift card pocket. So I'm simply going to attach this with some adhesive. And that looks perfect driving along on the inside of my gift card holder. Now I'm going to create the inserts for the pockets that are going to go, the little panels that are going to go in the pockets. I can't speak English today. So these 2 panels are basic white. They are 3 1/4 inches tall by 4 1/4 inches wide. And I could use different colored cardstock. I actually debated using Sahara sand, which coordinates with the paper, but then I opted for the basic white. And these I'm simply going to do a little bit of stamping on to create the inside of my cards. Now, this one happens to be a birthday card and not a Father's Day card. So I did have to pull out some retired stamp sets to find the appropriate sentiments to go with the card. Typically, I don't do that on my videos, but I'm making an exception tonight to tie in with my classic car theme. So this is a red rubber stamp. You can see it's got the foam built in, so I don't need any mat underneath. Tap in my ink. I'm going with Sahara sand for this piece. And this is going to be the panel where I would sign my name to the card. So that's going to go on the right-hand side. And I believe I'm done with this ink. Now for my left-hand side, I do need my Stampin' Pierce mat because, again, I'm delving into my retired set. And this one is photopolymer. So I'm using Tuxedo Black ink and inking up this wonderful classic car image. And that's going to go down here at the bottom. Beautiful. And then I want to add a little message to the top. For that, I'm going to go with Cajun Craze to accent that cardstock color. And another retired set with a little message to one of the world's greatest dads. And I'm going to put this a little lower than I did on my sample. Oop, it's a little crooked, but I'm just going to roll with that. The reason I'm putting it a little bit lower is because when I put together the sample that I showed you initially, which I'll bring back over here for a moment, and I put my inserts here in the pockets, depending on what you're stamping, some of what you're stamping might show at the top. And when I put my pocket in, you can see it says to one of the what. So it kind of bugs me a little bit that it's showing there, but it's okay. I would probably use a border stamp instead so it would show at the top, but I didn't have anything with cars that would work, so that's okay. All right, so we'll see if I did a better job here on this one. So there's that panel, and yep, I did. You can, I hid the writing there. Now, I mentioned earlier there are other options you can put in here. I've got my gift card, which I'm going to tuck into my little pocket here. Another idea for you is if you want to give multiple gift cards, you can put one in this pocket, and then if you so chose, maybe take a glue dot and attach your gift card here and then put it in the pocket. That would work. You could also maybe add lottery tickets. They might need to be folded. I'm not an expert on lottery tickets, but that would be another option for you as well. So you can definitely make use of those pockets. You could even leave one pocket empty if you so chose and just use the sentiment panel on the other side. Now we're going to jump back to the front for just a minute and finish that up. So I pre-stamped and die cut this wonderful classic car image from our set using one of the dies from the matching set. This I'm going to add to the card front using dimensionals. I've got my mini dimensionals handy here tonight. So you want to make sure you have nice coverage with your dimensionals. You don't want whatever you're putting on your card to sag in the middle. So since I'm using these small ones, I'm using 5 to make sure I don't have that problem. And then I'm going to put this in the center of my card, like this. And one finishing touch, we have wonderful rustic metallic adhesive back dots that are perfect to go with the paper. They're a nice manly accent. Men don't like bling most of the time. So I decided to use these metallic embellishments, and I'm simply going to add a couple. I usually work in 3s or so. I like odd numbers when I'm putting my embellishments on in most cases, but I'm just going to add a couple of those rustic embellishments to the front of the card, and then it's done. So there is my gift card holder. And again, I could have added more here if I so chose. I decided to keep this one simple. But now I'm going to show you some different samples to show you the different kinds of things you can do with a gift card wallet. So next up, I have Hello Handsome. So this one is fairly simple as well. I added one extra to the front of this card. I used my die cut here with a stamp, but I added the banners that come in the die set. It's great because you can die cut 2 at once. And I popped my sentiment on dimensionals first, and then I tucked these banners in and simply added more of those rustic metallic dots there. Gift card goes right in the little pocket. And I decided to embellish the inside a little bit more with some more of the die cuts and the stamped images that coordinate with the stamp set, which I don't think I've showed you yet. That's the He's All That. Lots of fun, different hobbies and interests that you can cover and different occasions as well. So lots of fun here. And then for the inserts, I use these beautiful photo corner stamps, which are kind of neat. And there are my simple message cards. So as I said, you can embellish as much or keep it simple as you want. All right, so moving right along with the masculine theme, I have another gift card wallet. This one, very subtle tone-on-tone kind of print, a nice plaid. I simply used one of the die cuts from the paper pack, added some black matte dots, which I thought really went nicely with the print on the paper. Gift card in the pocket, which has a die cut with a stamped image on it. Again, just DSP here, Designer Series paper. And for the inserts on this card, I used 2 more of the die cuts that came with that manly paper pack. These 2 pieces actually come with the paper pack in those die cuts, and so I simply layered them on a panel of Sahara sand, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and they are perfect to write any message that I want on, and then tuck right into those pockets. Nice, simple, easy. One more in the masculine variety for you. So this one is You're Flippin' Awesome. This covers the grilling if you've got a grill master around your house or someone that you know. One thing I wanted to point out on this card is I rounded the corners, kind of made it look more like a billfold. So simply what I did on that panel that was 4 by 10 was I rounded the outside corners and then I folded it in half and clipped the inside corner as well, so I had both those top edges rounded, and then before I glued on the Designer Series paper, I rounded the top 2 edges of that as well. The Early Espresso is a die cut, and then that I cut out, and then this came from that paper pack. You can see lots of different areas, cards, grilling, camping, mustaches, all sorts of things. Quick and easy, and more of those metallic embellishments. Here, I really kept the inside simple. I actually think I meant to put a piece of Designer Series paper here, and I forgot. I just noticed that. And I want to go back and show you one thing in just a second. But here's that fun flaming grill. And I kept my panel simple here. One with a stamped image. Holy smokes, you're amazing. And then holy smokes, you're the best. So I think they'll get that they're very much appreciated. And this would be great for retirement or even a college or high school graduate if they like working with a grill. Just a really fun play on words. What I wanted to show you on our Hello Handsome card was on the inside, I used Designer Series paper here on the pocket, but I used some embossed cardstock on this side. So you can mix and match with cardstock, embossed cardstock, or Designer Series paper. Totally up to you. Have fun. All right, one more to show you. And I wanted to share that you do not just have to stick with manly gift card holders. Even in the style, it's called a wallet, but it doesn't necessarily have to look like a wallet. So this is actually a beautiful wedding gift card holder that I came up with. And another neat tip, so here's the front with beautiful hearts that I used our heart punch pack. I get to talking too fast and my mouth can't keep up with my brain. Once I punched my hearts out, I embossed them with the seashell embossing folder, which perfectly goes with the seashells on my designer series paper. This is the new textured chic designer series paper that we have. And then here's the inside of the gift card holder. Obviously, I'm not going to go with Starbucks for the bride and groom, but it's what I have handy and you can see it nicely. The paper on the inside has some beautiful gold to it. These two inserts are actually the 3x4 Memories and More cards. We have several packs of our Memories and More cards in our new current catalog, which are, the sets have 3x4 and 4x6 cards in them. The 3x4 cards are perfect for this. All you need to do is layer them on a panel that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and they fit beautifully in these pockets. So I pulled these two out thinking they'd be great for a card. Then I grabbed this piece of paper and the whole thing just came together beautifully. So you can use those Memories and More card inserts for lots of things: card making, scrapbooking, and gift card making. So I'm going to write my message to the bride and groom here, put a gift card in that pocket, and then they have a beautiful gift card holder, and this will fit in a regular envelope. Another thing I wanted to mention is sometimes when you're putting your gift card together, it doesn't want to lay flat. And that's okay. Once I put it in the envelope, it's going to stay flat, but if you have one in particular that's being a little difficult, before you put your embellishment on the front of the card, go ahead and put your designer series paper on. Grab a strip of cardstock that's about 2.5 inches wide by about 11 inches long. Simply wrap it around your card and create a belly band. Put the glue on the back of the card and then add your sentiment or die cut piece on top of the belly band, and then your gift recipient will just slide that off before they open up the card. So that's another option for you. Or if you have a more feminine or wedding oriented gift card holder, you could even use ribbon to tie and keep it shut if you liked. So just a couple different options for you. So there is our gift card wallet, which is obviously great for lots of different occasions, would be perfect for the holidays, but can be used for any occasion that you might need. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make that. If you have not seen our new annual catalog, which just debuted at the beginning of June 2022, if you do not have a consultant that you're currently working with and you would like to have a paper copy of the catalog in your hands, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to get one to you. You can also check it out online at thefaithfulstamper.stampinup.net. You can also follow me on Facebook at The Faithful Stamper, and I post different sales, incentives that we have going on, and I have different incentives over there as well, contests and different craft projects and things. So I'd love for you to hop over there and check that out. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, I'd be happy to have you here. You can just click subscribe and then click that notification bell, and it will let you know each time I post a new video. Thank you again for watching. I hope you really enjoyed learning how to make this gift card wallet. Take care. Happy crafting!